Alright, it's time to break down everything we know about Honkai Star Rail version 3.3. And this isn't just another patch. 3.3 feels like a real turning point, both in gameplay updates and how HoYoverse handles transparency. So in this video, I'm going to talk about everything we know about 3.3 so far. If you want to save up to 25% on the Anaxa and Dr. Ratio banners, check out lootbar.gg. Here, I can buy 3,280 Oneiric Shards for $40, while it costs $50 in-game. I just enter my UID and select a server. Since every top-up goes through the in-game channel, I received double the Oneiric Shards for my first purchase and saved $10. Besides Honkai, you can also top up in Genshin, and Lootbar has over 50,000 satisfied users. I regularly use Lootbar for my giveaways, so I can personally recommend it. Use my link in the description for an additional 8% discount. When it comes to banners, here's what we know. Version 3.3 will feature 4 characters: Hyacine, Cipher, Aglaia, and the Herta. Hyacine and Cipher are brand new 5-star characters making their debut, while Aglaia and Herta, who were both first released in version 3.0, are returning for their first rerun together. The full lineup is already confirmed. It's just the exact phase order that hasn't been officially locked in yet. Hyacine's the one a lot of people have their eyes on. She's a 5-star wind character on the Path of Remembrance. What makes her unique, though, is her summon, Ika, a memo sprite that actually plays an active role in healing and buffing the team. And yeah, it sounds adorable, but also super functional. Hyacine's whole kit scales off her max HP. Her basic attack deals wind damage based on it. Her skill and ultimate both heal the whole team, including Ika, and her technique gives everyone a health boost and max HP buff right at the start of battle. It's like walking into a fight with your team, already feeling stronger. There's also this special state she triggers called Petrichoric Clear Skies that pushes max HP even higher. So if you're into sustain-based teams or just hate dying to surprise crits, she could be a clutch pick. And don't ignore her bonus abilities. They're low-key kind of broken if you build her right. Speed over 200 and she starts getting more healing, more max HP, and even dispels debuffs when she casts. There's synergy here for sure with fast-paced teams, and her Eidolons take it a step further. Allies gain speed when their HP drops, critical damage scales with excess speed, and Ika grants even more buffs just for existing. It's giving Team Mom energy, but with stats. Now Cipher is a different beast, also a 5-star, but quantum and nihility, so we're talking debuffs, control, and true damage conversion. Her role is more sub-DPS and debuffer, but don't let that undersell her value. Cipher's skill applies a defense-reducing debuff, and her ultimate marks a target to take increased follow-up damage. Her talent is especially interesting. It turns a percentage of your ally's damage into true damage, but only if you're hitting someone marked. This is where it gets spicy for team comps. You pair Cipher with someone like Acheron or Faciao who already trigger follow-up attacks or benefit from debuff-heavy setups, and suddenly Cipher isn't just a debuffer, she's a force multiplier. Her technique is also pretty cracked, applying a blanket debuff to all enemies at battle start, which is just instant setup. Her Eidolons make her scale even harder. Stronger vulnerability debuffs, more follow-up damage, and swappable abilities to fine-tune synergy. And the light cones coming with this patch? Yeah, they're kind of tailored. The light cone, Long May Rainbows Adorn the Sky, is tailor-made for Hyacine. It increases her speed by 18%, and when she uses any attack, it consumes 1% of all allies' current HP to charge a follow-up hit from Ika, dealing bonus damage based on the total HP consumed. On top of that, whenever Ika uses her skill, all enemies take 18% more damage for 2 turns. If you're running Hyacine, this cone isn't just good, it's made for her. The other light cone, Lie's Dance on the Breeze, is designed for Cipher. It increases her speed by 18%, and after using an attack, it has a 120% base chance to apply Bamboozle, lowering all enemies' defense by 16% for 2 turns. If her speed is 170 or higher, she also has a 120% chance to apply Theft, reducing def by 8% instead. Only one of these effects can be active at a time. And speaking of systems, Honkai Star Rail version 3.3 is changing the game in another area: real money transparency. For the first time, the game now directly shows you how many stellar jades you need per pull and what that costs in real money. No more guesstimating or back-of-the-napkin math. You can literally look at 6,480 pack and know it gets you 50.5 pulls, 1.98 each. And if you still have your first-time bonus, that goes down to $1.23. That's a massive shift for the gacha scene. This change didn't come out of nowhere. It lines up with new EU regulations about how in-game currencies and spending are disclosed. So HoYoverse is likely getting ahead of the curve before regulators start breathing down their neck. It also might be a preview of how other games under their umbrella, Looking at You, Genshin, and Zenless, handle monetization in the future. It's honestly refreshing to just see what you're paying for. And if you're looking for value, the Express Supply Pass still wins long-term. $5 for 18.7 pulls spread out over time. That's about 27 cents per pull. But let's shift gears to gear. Relics, specifically. 2 new sets just dropped in version 3.3, Warrior Goddess of Sun and Thunder and Wave Strider Captain. Warrior Goddess of Sun and Thunder is clearly designed for Hyacine or anyone with a memo sprite that heals. The 2-piece set gives a 6% speed boost, and the 4-piece introduces a buff called Gentle Rain. When the wearer or their memo sprite heals an ally, not themselves, they gain Gentle Rain for 2 turns, increasing speed by another 6% and giving the whole team a 15% critical damage boost. It can trigger once per turn, and it fits perfectly into sustain-heavy teams. Wave Strider Captain, on the other hand, is a more aggressive set. The 2-piece bonus gives 16% crit damage, and the 4-piece adds a unique mechanic. When another ally targets the wearer with an ability, they gain a stack of help. At 2 stacks, all help is consumed to grant a huge 48% ATK boost for 1 turn. It's a powerful choice for characters who benefit from ally support. And yeah, we're getting a new weekly boss in 3.3. These bosses are more than just punching bags. They're how we farm key ascension materials for new characters. It's expected to tie into the lore around the new story content. And considering how nasty recent bosses have been, Looking at You, this one's probably going to hurt. New locations are also being added. That's more than just map expansion. It means more quests, more lore, and more ways to explore the world of Amphorius. And it's not just random filler. One of the new NPCs, Cyrene, is tied directly into this world and might be a clue to future developments. Now, Cyrene isn't playable yet, but her appearance in 3.3 is a big deal. She's from the Aedes Elysiae faction and is connected to characters like Phynon. So whether she becomes playable later or not, she's already stirred the pot. And finally, the free pulls. If you're fully free to play and keep up with the events, 3.3 gives you 14,600 stellar jades, about 88 pulls total. Most of that, around 60 pulls, drops in the first half of the patch. Add in the Express Supply Pass and you're sitting on 17,910 jades, or 111 pulls, with 71 landing in the first phase. That's pretty generous. Especially if you're going for Hyacine or Cipher, you're set. Just make sure to stay active during the first 2 weeks and don't miss the short-lived codes. So yeah, version 3.3 isn't just business as usual. New characters with deep synergy, real changes to how the gacha system is presented, a new weekly boss, and story developments that could ripple into future patches. If you're planning your pulls, prepping your teams, or just trying to figure out if it's time to come back, this is a good patch to do it. Save up to 25% on the current banners at lootbar.gg. All you need is your UID and server. The link is in the description.